Just trust me.
Okay.
Trust me on this one.
Got it.
All right?
Okay, let's go. Just
Bring us in on Slayer.
Follow me. No, we're not coming on Slayer.
Did you see the poem I shared on fucking
Oh, God.
roses are red, violets
awesome.
are, or no, roses are gay, violets are gayer. Fuck this poem. Listen to
Slayer. That's awesome.
I loved it.
You guys are gay. Here we go.
Not as gay as violets.
Right. Hey.
Hey, it's Fred Albert, and I'm gonna sing a song for you. And Bill's gonna show you a thing or two.
Bill, that poor bastard. Look at him. He's probably like 40 years old when this show was big. When I was a kid, this was the shit. We loved Fat Albert.
Poor guy gets hung, and look what Billy Clinton got away with.
That's a messed up conversation right there. Hey, it's Big Daddy from the Big Daddy Roadshow. We're back with segment 2 of what we're going to call fake news. This episode is about fake news, and I don't know why. We just wanted to play a little Fat Albert for everybody. You're going back to like 1972, 1976 with that show. How old were you in 1972, 76?
I was born in 72.
Yeah, and E-Dog wasn't even he wasn't even a gleam in his old man's.
My dad was born in 71.
So I always wondered what happened. Like what happened? Oh, you're pouring the wine. This is going to be a good segment. I always wondered like what it was like. I used to joke that before I was born, none of this existed. That's pretty weird, right? But I used to just be like, how could have anything existed before I was born? Now, if you think that through, you could think the same thing.
Sure.
There's a whole bunch of shit that went on for millions of years before we even like opened our eyes and cried. They smacked our ass. Anyway, that's just a stupid thought that I had growing up. Like, oh, I used to joke with old people that were funny or something like, wait a minute. What? You're telling me stories that happened in the 50s and the 60s? I was born in 67. You mean to tell me shit went down before Big Daddy entered the scene?
Whoa.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Speaking of crazy, this segment's going to get crazy, so strap yourself in. Pretend you're in like the fastest, probably shit that we don't even know that the government owns. And you're in the seat, and the guy turns around and he goes, hey, I'm about to hit the trigger on this bitch. And your forehead skin's going to be on that seat, so prepare. Lance Romance is on the show. E-Dog is on the show. Welcome back, fellas.
Hey.
E-Dog is saying he's going to throw some shit at us that he's been studying for Lance coming on the show.
Yes.
Could you guys do me a huge favor? Could you turn that heater off? We don't need heat. This is going to get hot enough without the heater on. Just listen to how nice that sounds.
It's going to get hot.
All right, so when we left off, you were talking about the Winky, but we're not talking about any more Winkies.
We got the Winky.
Today, this show is the whole rest of the segment's going to be about fake news. And where do we start there, Lance? With fake news. It's just such a big, see, the one side saying their news is fake, CNN is fake, Fox News is fake.
Okay, so it started with conspiracy theory.
Just say you keep it on fake news.
So if you're, Breitbart, if you're Drudge Report, if you're, the Savage Nation, if you're
Alex Jones
and Infowars.
Who's that guy from the UK that's big now?
Paul Joseph Watson. He's blowing it up, man. Dude,
right.
that guy, I see he's probably going to become the second coming of Alex Jones.
Can I tell you the one guy?
He's gonna blow it to the top.
I don't know who's right, who's wrong, but that Milo guy is interesting to listen to.
He's interesting too because here's the deal.
He's a gay guy.
And the leftists don't even know what the hell to do. They don't know how to respond to him.
Yeah, because he's blowing their bullshit
gay,
out.
And he's from the left, and he's blowing the same shit out of the top.
I seen him talking about sexist the other night.
Absolutely. He's taking it right back at him.
Oh, he smashes the sexism.
Good for him.
Yeah, I agree. I think that there's a lot of man-haters
because he sees the damn truth. He saw through it. He saw through all the bullshit and called a spade and said, this is total ridiculousness.
E-Dog, what's your take on fake news? I mean, or where did you want to start with? Where did you want to go?
The shit that I was reading about, I don't know if it's real or fake. It was just something I read about when George was still as our president, I guess.
George Bush.
It costed about over $31,000 just to suit an army soldier to send them to war. So you would
$31,000.
Yeah, so you like with their backpacks, their all that nonsense, their guns, ammo, all that.
Wow, what a money
for one soldier.
Scam,
Yeah,
huh?
for one soldier.
That's
So
out of our tax dollars.
you times that by
and they're only getting paid $24,000.
You times that by fucking how many soldiers we sent in through like Fallujah, fucking Baghdad, all that. That's a lot of money. War costs money, but it makes us a lot more money. So that's why we do go to war, and it's
So
just
what you're talking is profiteering, basically.
yes,
Lockheed
it's
Martin.
all, and then you wonder why like we're in so much debt. Like why are
That's
we?
interesting because Trump came out, and what is he doing? This is the guy who's not even elected yet he's the first president-elect that it seems like he's really working on shit so hard prior to getting his oath of office.
One of the key things that I just witnessed, and a lot of people, I saw a lot of the leftists jump on the bandwagon and fucking calling them out and saying, "Here we go, another Republican throwing up, people that make bazillions of freaking dollars into their administration." Somebody, at some point, you have to knock off the bullshit and do your own damn study. Because here's the deal.
Do you think people will ever do their own studying, though?
This guy that I can't remember his name because there's so many names that have been thrown out here lately. I'm even getting confused anymore.
You're talking about
But anyway,
cabinet members?
No, the ExxonMobil guy.
Okay.
He was a CEO for ExxonMobil. When you start looking into this guy's history, he was anti-Rockefeller from the get-go, and he legally took ExxonMobil out of their hands solely to take the monopoly of oil worldwide away from them. And now Trump appoints him to, what is he, Secretary of Defense? I can't even remember what
Yeah, it's Secretary of Defense.
So what you're telling me is you're baffled by the appointment?
No. I'm actually happy. And a lot of people are sitting there going, here's another mogul, multi-billion. This is how you fight the elites.
I'm not
You
kidding.
don't fight.
Okay.
You can't. Here's my problem. You can't fight people that have hundreds of trillions of dollars and an I can't even say it. It's an oligarchy and monopoly over the entire world. So it's a combination. It's not Marxist. It's not. I can't even explain. It's everything. It's communism. It's socialism. It's everything put together that these guys put in place to begin with.
It's the biggest power trip you could ever be on.
Absolutely. And now you have a couple billionaires that are saying, this is going to destroy everybody. This is going to make us all a third world country, and we're not down with this. So they're pulling together with, this is kind of neat, because there is a coup d'etat, a soft coup d'etat within our intelligence corporations right now.
Interesting.
And this has been a long time serving. There was a 25-year plan to keep the CIA in check, and now everything that they're doing is backfiring on them. I finally see some neat things going on. Now, there's a lot of different weird shit that could happen too, but because of their influence and their power, because they're powered and they're influenced and financed by these elite people. But when people that have an opportunity, here's what I want to say. I've been trying to think I've been trying to think like, how do you want to say this? There's a certain point of I'm going to go along to get along that you will go with until you start to see, I have kids involved with this. Yeah. And you're going to wreck not only my country, you're going to wreck the entire fucking world if you continue on this path.
Yeah, if people
and we're not down with that.
If people with total control get total control.
There's where you have the inner divide, which
because everybody
needed
thinks
right
they're
now.
going to be great once they get the total control. No, it's going to get even more sadistic and evil. Yeah, and maybe enough people woke up. I get what you're saying, but the people that are really evil, they got so many truckloads of cash. Even governments can't. They can buy out governments.
Can't put your head around it. I had somebody that it's kind of snapped into this.
Wouldn't it be like a government thing to just get a hold of their finances and go, guess what? You're done. Like, you're done. Take them to court.
That's what needs to happen.
Trials need to happen. People are held accountable for controlling shit.
This is where we tiptoe into the knee-jerk reaction with Trump getting power. Now, do I 100% back him? No.
Is there
anybody gets to that position, there has to be some skepticism that's coming into play about okay. So if you have the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds and the royal family who are not even fucking British royalty, it's such a disgrace. But anyway,
if you listen to prior shows,
right?
Yeah, because if you listen to prior shows, you'll hear about that.
So when you have these people, collaborating together to create a monopoly over the whole entire world economical system and monetary system, and they basically have hedged themselves away from getting pulled down with globalism because they put globalism in to be their hedge. If you bring it down, it could collapse the entire world. And that was, this thing goes back to the 60s. They wrote about this. They knew full and well what they were doing. They knew the intentions. They knew the repercussions. They knew all of it before they got it into place.
Are you talking about the military-industrial complex
Absolutely.
speeches
And
stuff
Eisenhower
like
gave us the warning of the military-industrial complexes. They knew that they were going to get baffled and involved with all this.
So you're telling
it's
me
ridiculous.
but the problem
It's
is
so ridiculous.
The reason why I have a hard time wrapping my brain around this, and I'm sure the audience is too, is that you're talking about a lot of people looking the other way and becoming bad guys.
Compartmentalized, though, because
But
dude,
they were bought out, they sold out, big money.
if you're somebody in the secretary office of fucking Lockheed Martin, and all of a sudden your fucking shares go skyrocketing because we're not getting into another war, you're sitting there going, I'm gonna get a decent paycheck and a nice raise, and probably a fucking hell of a bonus. I'm not saying anything.
And it all just comes down to money.
Exactly.
That's what E-Dog was saying. He's watching football. You still with us, E-Dog?
Yeah.
What are you thinking? How's your brain wrap around all this?
Listen, it doesn't matter what you think, what we think. We're fucked.
The shit has to end.
Can I just
It's
ask,
not going to
before
end.
we go
It's
any
not going to.
further,
It's just going to keep going.
any of you two guys work for the CIA? I got to worry about, because now I'm freaking out. 'Cause
No.
I don't know what the good, good news is. I don't know what
the good thing right
wouldn't
now.
that be weird though if like you work for the CIA?
William Benny was the head of the NSA, and William Benny, thank God, he's still with us.
Yeah, he's the one that kind of opened windows and doors, didn't he? He let a lot of shit out, didn't he?
Yeah, and it kind of there's been movements and there's been soft coups and there's been all kinds of stuff.
I always wonder about like the Edward Snowdens and the other one, the guy, whatever, I forget her name.
There's an internal war. This thing's been going on for a long time.
It's funny how they push people like that too. They just bury them in jail.
That's it.
Or they just get them out of the system, and then you don't hear them on the news no more.
That's it.
Yeah, the average everyday person wants to hear about these people.
Let's get down. Let's get down to the nitty gritty on. If you look at, okay, what do we got? ABC, NPR, fucking ridiculous.
What are you talking about? ABC, NPR.
I'm going to say news. Basically,
what is NPR?
You don't know what NPR is?
Oh, well, I know NBC, ABC, CBS. I know
NPR
CNN, Fox News,
CNN. NPR is national. What the hell does it stand for? I can't even remember. They're basically more on the radio. If you go to Channel 3, a lot of their stuff's on Channel 3. Okay, anyway.
I don't really watch TV news and stuff.
Charlie Rose.
I remember being at the Elks Lodge, 12 years ago, going to the people.
All these fucking things are funded by the Rockefellers.
Listen,
every single fucking one of them.
I think it started. You ready? Here's my theory. Fake news. I could tell you, like, the day it fucking started. It was O.J. Simpson's chase. I used to think, like, who gives a fuck? Like, okay, yeah, it's sad somebody got murdered. Why are cameras following the Bronco? They started to make this reality news shit. And
it's like ridiculous.
And then you're like, who the fuck knows what happened in that dark sidewalk and in the staircase? And
people sit down to their programming conveniently every
And then it was
evening.
Lady Di. She was the sweetest lady. She loved people. She loved the kids.
Right there, I'll stop you.
Okay.
If anyone's listening out there and you doubt any of all this stuff and where it could lead and all the bloodlines involved that are heavily
every show, Lance,
involved,
you always go bloodlines.
I'm going to tell you one thing flat out right now. If you want to go and crack your sky and break your paradigm and blow your mind into shattered millions of pieces, the murder of Princess Diana, you need to delve into that. And you need to look at every freaking thing that's out there and watch it with an open mind and think for yourself.
Well, a lot of people are going to say that you could think either way. Was it just an accident with paparazzi?
No, absolutely not.
I'm saying that people could think that. I'm not.
No, absolutely, because that's how it was sold to them.
People are going to think that because it's what they watched on the news.
Absolutely.
Like that's what they're going to think.
It comes back to the fake news.
No matter what,
Fake
it doesn't.
news.
It doesn't matter like what you stand up for. I could say, like JFK was shot because of the CIA. I could say that all the time, but it doesn't matter what we think. They always have control over of us.
It really is.
Right.
2 out of 3 people. It doesn't matter what we think because they're always going to have control over us. It's all bullshit. It's always going to be like that.
The bottom line: there was a little old man that's been with me for probably the past.
Why are you off the mic now? Get on that mic, baby.
Probably for the past, I'm going to say,
right up to it.
Probably for the past 11 years. I met this guy probably 11 years ago, and he was high intelligence within.
Ooh, this is a way to Big Daddy Roadshow scoop. No names.
No.
Does he have like a cool spy name?
Never do
Does he have a cool spy name?
The thing that was very interesting to me is that he'd always pass me letters even at the bar.
So you guys didn't even meet in a cool park somewhere by like a lake or something?
Had one very interesting, long, in-depth conversation with a guy for probably about 2 hours, and this goes back about 11 years.
Is this man still alive?
No, he passed,
Oh,
and I'm sad.
God bless him.
It's part of the reason why I took a departure from Facebook for a while, because I needed to collect my own thoughts about what I had
How
taken
does this
in.
guy not have a name?
I'm not.
He's worse than Grower X. He's worse than the wind.
Will
Fuck.
not.
Let's
Will
call
not.
this guy.
He has a big,
We'll call this guy.
very big family, and I don't want to bring any attractions.
All right. Okay.
Um,
This is not made up, folks.
no,
This is real.
and it's kind of neat because when you open yourself up with conversations, is what we all need to do, because then you make friends, and then you can conspire with other people and have a better understanding one way or another, and have a non-biased view of things.
But how do you prove non-bias? Like even the tinfoil
Because
wearing
here's the
people.
deal. Here's the deal. Because when you get certain intelligence that comes to you from different ways, you can research that. And here's my point. If you have the CIA, so you have the CIA. Oh, okay. So you also have 17 right now. I think it's believing up to 23 other intelligence agencies within 17 or 16. I'm sorry, are known. 20 up to the 23 are skeptical. They don't have a full understanding, but it's all since.
I want to be clear what you're saying here. You're saying that there's different.
We have more. Here's the gist of it. There's more people employed by our government than there are people employed in general in the United States of America.
Wouldn't it be weird if just all the government people said, you know what, screw all those other people?
That's what has to happen.
Wait a minute. No, that wouldn't be good, though.
No, that has to happen. Because America is not America. America is a corporate fascist state that has been taken over by the Rockefellers, Rothschilds, and Royal family.
Every time I
and
think-
it has been for a long time.
Every time I think
We
you're
have
going
no
to take
control.
it to
We
a
do
weird
not
level,
have any control.
every
The
time
government
I think,
is a complete farce.
every time I think you're going to take it to Freakyville, boom.
It's a complete farce.
He's right,
It is
though.
a complete
He's
fucking
absolutely
farce.
right.
It is absolute complete farce.
He's absolutely
You
right.
cannot compare. You cannot take our GDP and look at it annually for years upon years and meet a fraction of what these people are worth. They own the entire world.
George Carlin. He said
They
it.
are the big club, and we're not in it.
Lance Romance does not play.
Here's how Trump faces this.
Is anybody
thing.
else shitting
Here's
themselves?
how Trump faces
I'm
this
shitting
thing.
myself.
I shit myself
Yes, this
twice
guy.
already.
Yes, this guy's a billionaire, and yeah, he can fucking chump some of us. And there's some skeptics that say, "Yo, this might not be the best for all of us," but he's saying, "I am done with you assholes ruling the entire world, because when and as soon as there's prosperity, you're done."
And what's
Let me
going to
tell
happen?
you something. The lane in the sand. I see a line in the sand right
And
now.
Bernie pointed it right out. When Bernie started talking about the Federal Reserve, he
Why-
knew he was dead on target, man.
Why are you pointing at E-Dog?
And what happened? Because
He loves
because
Bernie.
exactly, that's what I'm saying. I support that because Bernie was dead on target when he freaking went attacking the Federal Reserve. And what happened directly after he said that?
He got fucked from the gate.
His
He got
delegates
fucked
was
from the
all
gate.
stolen from him.
So you're telling me that slowly, like we joked years ago when we talked about shit like this at parties or at bars,
I watch reactions.
we watch people opening their eyes, and now you're telling me it wasn't just you and I at bars talking this shit. Everybody else is talking. Now people in offices everywhere, even people in government agencies are probably
They
like,
know.
going, wait a second.
They know.
So now you're saying there might be a switch where all
Yes.
the good people in the
Absolutely.
bad groups go, hey, we could fix this.
There's a two-way street here because you
This is
can
hope.
be.
I got hope on the Big Daddy Road
Absolutely,
Show.
there always has to be.
Boom.
You
Boom.
have some people that have been compartmentalized and swindled into, hey, I can make a couple of bucks off the side. I can have my kid put through college and come out and make a couple $100,000, which is another whole topic. That could probably college.
That's a big scam.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
that's
I'm gonna say this right now. That is a full show. That is a 3 to 4 hour show where we will blow the top out of these propaganda. I don't even know what the hell you want to call them because they're far beyond mind warping institutions of today.
Okay.
If you
Okay.
shed any, if I'm telling
Lance,
you
I
this.
love you, but you're
If
going
you're gonna
off.
be, if you're gonna be an engineer or you're gonna be okay, then it's probably worth it. If you're gonna go for, I don't know, recreational arts, and you're gonna spend
Liberal arts.
$45,000 liberal arts, and you're gonna spend $45,000, you're an idiot.
Oh,
You're a total idiot.
that's hurtful. That's funny, but it's hurtful.
It's a joke. You have total.
Let's focus on the
It's
fake
ridiculous.
news. But basically,
I'm going to blow that up.
You're going to blow my eardrums out. If you
I
do.
actually read something on the fake
I'm
news
gonna
today.
I'm gonna blow that up.
Let's get back to fake news.
Yeah,
E-Dog,
I read something on the
let's
fake news
give him a
that,
break. He needs to take a few breaths. He's freaking out.
Ellen DeGeneres apparently had a. She has a penis too.
Oh my
Yeah, it's
God.
crazy. I just read about it. Yeah, it's nuts.
Stop. That's fake news.
Yeah,
right
it's
there.
fake news.
Guaranteed. That's
Yeah.
not the truth. Anyway,
No, I don't. I'm just saying.
let's get back. How?
I'd fuck
okay,
her.
So, okay, stop talking. Let's just get back on. The rails are off the train tracks.
Putin might be here. You don't know.
I'll shake his fucking hand.
But see, that's just it too. Like even the Putin thing. When Putin starts to seem making more sense than our leaders,
That's what sucks.
that's weird. You're in like a weird place when you're going, wow, this guy sounds more logical than our guys.
And the liberal crazy left want to agree with Obama and the UN and NATO and go, let's go to war with these guys. Do you have any fucking clue what will happen if we go to war with Russia?
No, I have no. You're not going to believe how little I like.
You have thousands and thousands of nukes between two countries.
but they always had them.
You want to scorch the earth and burn the whole damn world down?
I don't.
And go to
you want to?
Anybody that has a brain and a head that is fucking physically connected to the rest of their body should be saying that any guy that wants to work out trade and negotiations with Russia has a more sensible mindset than somebody that wants to go to fucking war with them. You have to be a goddamn moron to want to go to war with Russia.
My God,
Russia doesn't play.
I'm pretty sure that
They haven't invaded anybody.
My-
Where the fuck have we been?
Lance-
Every fucking country there is.
Lance, you-
We're invading this country. We're invading that country. We're invading this country. And
Lance-
now we're going to rush NATO
Lance-
up against Ukraine
Lance-
and into Russia. And all of a sudden we're going to say, oh God, Russia is invading our fucking electoral
His
base.
heart and soul is
Fuck
into this.
you!
Lance, you just gave my soundboard cancer.
His heart and soul is
Goddamn
into it, though.
morons!
Jesus Christ, I don't think the volume goes low enough for your passion.
His heart and soul is into this.
All
And I
right,
dig
listen
it.
to me. You're going to lose the audience if you don't get your. Take a deep breath.
Idiots.
Take a deep breath. Let's all focus. Let's do some yoga. All right. What you're saying is we all know the nukes exist, and then we know Reagan and them. They had they cut some of them away. Everybody knew that when they started dismantling nukes, they didn't take them all away. What the nukes kind of keep the peace, don't they? Everybody's got them. We got them. They got them. Everybody's got them.
It's because we're all afraid to nuke each other. That's why.
But that's
why
the whole
that's
point
a
of the
mutual
nukes
peace.
is that we both got them. Don't. So you're telling me they use the nukes over
All it takes
over the
is
bit?
one.
But you're not hearing me. Like they've been around. They were a deterrent. They're more a deterrent.
So you continue to deter. When? Okay. Go all the way back. World War I.
How does this have to do with fake fucking news, Lance? We're
Because
going
it
off
all
the
plays-
rails. You keep
It
going
all
every.
plays in.
Lance, get the tinfoil. Come on.
Okay.
Focus.
All right. God damn it.
No, I mean, listen. That was
So-
great. That was great podcasting. E-Dog nailed it. You are so. If people could have seen you on the mic, I swear to God, if like Rocky Balboa was in your corner.
I came here tonight. I fucking solely came here tonight because I was on this fucking mission to go Christmas shopping at the last helm that I had possible, the last opportunity that I could grab some stuff for my family and for my daughter and for my friends. And I said, goddamn, I have to listen to Putin because CNN said fucking Putin is fucking invading everybody in the United States that discouraged the vote for Hillary Clinton. So I knew at some point I had to cut off my shopping from Christmas because I had to go along with the mainstream media news that told me that Putin told me that I am the bad guy.
Putin is saying the Americans are the bad guys.
It is the most ridiculous, unbacked, I don't even have words for how fucking retarded, and I hate to say that word, because somebody's going to say, oh, no, it's totally fucking retarded.
I'm turning your mic off with that, because you need to take a fucking breath. Big Daddy, let me tell you, folks, this is how...
It's absolutely ridiculous.
You can still hear him. He's in the background. You can hear him. Lance is so passionate about this, but I have to... You're coming back. I'm going to let you... I'm going to let you come back.
Prove it.
I'm just... Okay. Okay, I'm talking now. Big Daddy's talking. Jesus Christ. This show's great, isn't it, folks?
Yeah. No, he has a point, though.
No, I'm not saying he doesn't.
Yeah.
I'm saying that his delivery is a little bit fucking... It's a little tinfoil. So I'm trying to break it down for him. Okay. So what you're saying, because this show is about fake news. I'm going to let you on in a couple seconds if you don't fuck this up. Just let me get it. See, I can't get it. This is a talk show. We got to talk back and forth with one another. E-Dog made a sign that says we're talking over each other. Every time I put this in front of your face and I go, that means you got to stop and let us talk. So now you're in the penalty box. You're in the penalty box. We have a penalty box at the Big Daddy Roadshow. E-Dog, now we'll talk.
Yeah.
He does have a point.
Yeah.
Is what
Big
he's
time.
saying, and I'm going to put his mic back on and let him foam at the mouth again. But is what Lance Romance is saying? Is he saying that CNN is the ultimate of fake news? Is that what he's saying?
You might as well just... yes.
Now he's not talking. Look at it. Is that... Just nod your head if I'm right. Is CNN the epitome of fake news?
Yeah, it is, and people still watch it to this day, and they're all brainwashed. It's all fucked up, and it's crazy how you let, like, mainstream media like that control people.
Why don't we just talk over the fence with neighbors and stuff? Why can't we love one another?
Because it's not the fucking 60s
All right,
anymore,
ladies
man.
and gentlemen, listening to the Big Daddy Roadshow. This is Big Daddy. You're getting hit. It's like a fucking blindside punch to the face you don't see coming. I'm going to turn his mic back on. He's rested now. He hasn't been talking for 65 seconds.
I'm done.
No, you don't get a break.
Nuts.
I just need you to talk, but just calm down.
We need a break.
He's
All right.
passionate. I love it. He's passionate about what he
All right,
talks
we will
about.
take a break, but I'm going
to
to turn your mic back on. Just breathe and talk normal. Don't scream at me. You're scaring me. He's putting the headset back on. He's back on the air. Ladies and gentlemen, Lance Romance. Okay, you okay?
Yeah.
Can I ask you something? And then we'll go to break, because you do need a break. Jesus Christ, I lost weight listening to you just now. Are you saying that CNN is pumping bullshit about Putin?
Absolutely.
Okay, so you're saying that CNN...
They have not proved any factual...
But does news even... They just pump the news out. They don't even investigate anymore.
No factual evidence.
Is that because of people that own CNN don't have the best interest of the United States?
Absolutely.
So we are really... I mean, how many things do we got to blow out on this show?
Everything.
Where do we go for the real news?
The heart and soul is to get this country back. And the heart and soul is the fight for it. And we are under a fight. And it is psychology.
But it's a fight that the average American doesn't even
It's
get.
a psychological fight.
But the average American is still out there shopping. Even you're shopping today. You're doing the corporate shopping thing. You're feeding the monster. Why can't we just go and be with our family members, hug them? Why don't we go back to making Christmas gifts for each other?
Here we go.
Everybody grab a screwdriver and a...
The proven true reality actually hit the home of the Americans. And
Right.
with their past and with our past. I'm going to consider myself with that. We were brought up in a certain way. And we wanted to defend and fight.
Clarify. What way were you brought up?
We're going to defend and fight for this country for our forefathers and their views for keeping us free from tyrants.
Jesus Christ.
Foreign and domestic.
Oh, my God.
We lost the domestic.
No, I don't think we lost the domestic. I think there's a silent army out there. I really feel that.
I believe it too. I mean,
isn't that sort of what the election was?
Backtrack because there was a snap trap turtle sitting there waiting, and it snapped. And whether people realize what actually happened or not, there was a coup. And now we have the NSA versus CIA, and neither one of them want a monopoly, but neither one of them want each other in power of it.
So who's wearing the white hats?
Right now, for what has happened and for what has been leaked, because if you look in the history of the CIA, and which everybody can, because there's been that thing has been sitting around on our fucking necks for years, driving its boot into our neck.
Really?
And when you look back into the history of it versus the NSA, you're going to find some interesting family member names that I keep on bringing up over and over again.
My God, you keep saying bloodlines, and it scares the bejesus out of Big Daddy.
Over and over and again.
All right, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to let you take a break.
So I'm going to lean on the NSA side.
All right, let's lighten this shit up because this is right now. There's people wanting to just drive their cars into a brick wall. I know that's what's going on. Listen, people,
Or worse.
E-Dog doesn't even have a car. He wants to get a car.
There could be some people that are going to drive their fucking vehicles into a brick wall that don't even want to.
Jesus Christ. All right, listen to me. Let's lighten up. We're going to go to break. We're going to finish this fake news segment. And don't take them off yet because you got work to do just yet. But it's nothing to do with this crazy shit. Let's talk about a rock band you dig. It's called Ginger.
Oh, my God.
I know, because here's the thing. I need to... Sometimes when I'm freaking out and I want to just get my shit...
You just switch one off and one on.
Well, sure, because you got me so... This show has got me so, like...
Tatiana. Beautiful.
Right. You got me so... My brain is ground now. I just need to get some music.
We have to
Sometimes you play the stereo on loud just to get through shit.
We have to do that.
So check this out, folks. Listen to this. This is a little soundbite from this girl. Listen to this girl's vocals. Listen to the band. It's called Ginger. Lance Romance is going to start a new segment on the Big Daddy Road Show. If we survive nuclear holocaust, he's going to come on like once a week, once every other week with his finds. Listen to this band and check this out. And then we're going to go to break. And I guess we'll come back and... What do you think about this, folks? I mean, he's throwing some real heavy shit at you. E-Dog doesn't know what the hell's going on. He's freaking out. Poor kid's 23 years old.
More wine, that's all I need. I'll be good. I'll let you guys go at it.
All right, here we go. Listen to this. It's called Ginger. Where's this band from there?
Ukraine.
From the Ukraine. Check this
There's
girl
a history. There's a history. Before you play it, there's a history of this.
Is it bloodline history?
No, there's the Soros factor.
Are they okay? Are they singing about them?
Listen about this.
Okay, go ahead.
Listen about this.
Go ahead.
There's a Soros factor. George Soros. Everybody's starting to get a hold of this guy's name and understanding who the hell he is.
He's even on major news.
He's a lap dog. He's a lap dog. He's a little fucking pretty boy for the Rockefellers and Rothschilds. He's been sitting on their lap for fucking years.
Soros is.
Decades. Anyway. And there's major financial ties that can prove it all. Anyway.
Wow.
So this guy pours in billions of dollars into Ukraine because he sees the upstart of Russia starting to say, we're done with this New World Order. We are not going to be expansive, but we're not tolerating your shit. And Putin saw NATO's step-by-step, incremental closing in on their nation. And he knew long before the Ukraine was going to go bonkers because we're the bordering goddamn country between Europe and the Russians. And if you occupy the Ukraine, guess what? Well, now you have the West down below you in Syria. If our Western-backed Al-Qaeda, so-called, what is it? What do they call them? Against, Assad.
Okay.
They're the militants against Assad because they're uprising because they don't like him in power. They're all from Saudi Arabia. This is a Western-backed front to surround China and Russia. And Putin called them the fuck out. That's all it is. So anyway, I'm watching all this shit. I'm watching video clips because I don't prescribe to MSM bullshit news. I like to listen to all the news. So I'm listening to Russian news. I'm listening to European news. I'm listening to African news. I'm listening to news all over the fucking globe covering major events.
Are you in the basement?
And one thing that I saw during this whole damn thing, which caught my eye, because
what does this have to do with Ginger the rock band?
There's neat artistic value to this.
Okay, go ahead.
There's graffiti. And there's graffiti here, and there's graffiti in Europe, and there's graffiti in Africa, and there's graffiti. It's kind of neat.
And that's like an average Joe getting a message out.
It's kind of a neat way, no matter if you're leftist, right, I don't know what the fuck you are, libertarian, whatever the hell you are.
You drive through Philadelphia, you see the graffiti. You kind
of have some artistic relief of your feelings. Right. I like that.
Okay, so that's what this is.
Right,
Ginger.
wrong, or indifferent.
Right.
I'm watching these videos of Russian troops meeting Ukrainian troops, and I see this brick wall, and I see this name, Jingerjer, graffitied across the back of these, I don't know, just bricks on a wall. And it seems like there's a message going on here. I don't know, to me, I see this shit. I link onto this stuff. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, it might be a band, it might be a movement, it might be, I don't even know what the hell this thing is. It might be a mafia. You never know. So anyway, I type in JINJER into my web search, and I go to YouTube, and all of a sudden, I get all these videos. And I start snapping on them. And I find it interesting because they're blogging their concert-to-concert travels. We're going from here to here, and we're going from here to there.
What kind of audience numbers do they have?
It's growing. It's growing on that side of the pond. It's growing substantially off the charts because they only toured in that area for the past 4 years, and now all of a sudden they're going all the way into Europe, and they're asking for help to get to the United States. These guys are freaking amazing.
Do you think that the Big Daddy Roadshow is one of the first shows in the United States to be playing this shit?
I think so.
Wow. And it's all because of you.
Let's bring them here.
But what does that have to do with the fake fucking news?
Here's why. Because the lead singer of the band has a view in her lyrics and how she writes the lyrics that she understands the global atrocities that we are all facing, and it's not just through an American point of view, it's not just through a Ukrainian point of view, not through a Russian point of view, not through an African point of view. She understands how we relate through what we depend on, and she's going back to dependency, which is very important. If you depend on your slavery and don't know you're enslaved, you're fucked, just like we are. If you depend on a fiat currency that is bullshit, not backed by anything besides debt, you're buried like us.
This is a very Christmassy show.
She sees the world the way the world should be seen, and that is why we need to get her over here.
Okay, so that's your opinion, and you're going to take a break now. Thank you. I think you blew up a lot of minds here on this show tonight. And we're not done yet. We're going to finish it up. Is E-Dog's mind blown?
My mind has been blown since like the first 5 minutes of the show, dude. It really is. It's great, though.
It's not our normal show.
Stay woke.
I keep telling people this show can go anywhere. It could be funny. It could be silly.
We got to get
an
an aliens
serious.
yet. We so need to get an aliens.
All right. So it's up to you, folks. I'm turning his mic off. Here's the music. Take a listen. It's called Ginger. Will they come to America? Will Ginger meet up with Big Daddy? Will Ginger meet up with E-Dog? Will Ginger meet up with Lance Romance? I guarantee there'll be sparks. Tatiana. He's in the background talking. I turned your mic off. He loves you. I had to turn him off.
I love you too. I don't even know who you are, but I love you.
You guys, I'm going to turn it on. Just go have your smokes. We're going to finish up with the last segment.
I don't smoke.
He vapes. Just getting it out there.
2 weeks, baby.
How's your lungs feeling?
Great.
All right, here we go. Now, I want to stress, you're on YouTube. This song is called I Speak Astronomy. It's the official video. I can't even name the album record company, but we're into this song, 29 seconds. Here's a clip of it. These guys are welcome on the show, and we'll go to break after a couple seconds of this. Jesus Christ. That woman has to be great in a sack. I don't care. I'm saying it. I'm saying it. What's her name? Tatiana. We're going to go to break. This is the Big Daddy Road Show. It's pretty intense. This is the Big Daddy Road Show. Thanks for listening. It can go anywhere, folks. This is an example of when it goes down the rabbit hole. Lance Romance it's about his 4th or 5th visit to the Big Daddy Road Show. What do you think? You agree with him? Is it that intense? I
agree with him for most parts, yeah.
Is it that, is the world that messed up? And the
world we live in, yes, it is.
Pow! Well, there you go. On to segment 3. This is not your typical holiday show, but to hell with it. I gotta go take a squirt. We'll be back right after this.
With a horror look in their face and say, "Oh my fuck!" Now I see what you're talking about. It's there. I'm not being a dick. I'm not trying to decentralize any left movement, central movement, grassroots movement. These people have been upon us for fucking a century at least, with a game plan to consolidate everything. And that's all they've been doing.
And this has been repeated. And it's been
we need a person to step in that has at least a business. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not totally trumping everything by saying Trump, 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 Trump. I just look at the people that he's starting to put in power. The one biggest thing that I say is a positive for him is he put General Sessions into power. General Sessions went against Lou Panetta when Panetta came out in congressional hearings. And you can watch the fucking video where fucking Panetta said NATO has power over our Congress to dictate where we go to war at.
And
that is bullshit.
And he went, whoa.
Total fucking bullshit. And Sessions called him out and said, over our dead bodies, is that right?
You work for the CIA.
No,
I don't. You do.
Can I just maybe get some wine?
That is an invasion.
I want to go on about this whole crazy thing because Dave Chappelle called it the best. We
need to pull these assholes back.
He has it. I don't even have it, but I want some of that.
What is it called? The wine that you
Manischewitz.
Manischewitz.
No, that's over here.
That's what I said. The Bear's drinking that.
All right, let's finish that segment. We'll end that segment.
I need to take a break. I got to piss, but
right, I have till 11:30.
I'm totally cool with Chappelle because Chappelle, even actually, if you go back probably about 2 years, he was knocking on the Federal Reserve.
If you go back,
that's one.
Give it. You have a problem.
Probably
yeah. As soon as it opens,
you can go.
That's your problem. Once it opens, you don't know.
This is my only glass. I'm out of here.
Listen to me.
Yo, conspiracy wise, once you go into the JFK assassination, you can get lost. The Federal Reserve, you can't get lost. You go back to 1913, you start looking at that fucking thing, you know who runs this country.
Not us. I'm gonna take a piss.
And it ain't us. You're absolutely right.
But it never was the people. It never was.
And we need to get it back, though. We need to get that. Too much power in the wrong hands. That's all I'm saying.
Jesus Christ. First of all, E-Dog went off on a tirade on Big Daddy. He said, you can't, after I turned the mics off, he didn't want to talk. Sometimes he wants to talk, but he's not shy.
He's got to force it.
He's not shy.
He's got to force it. Where his mindset is right now is, believe me, 10 steps ahead of my mindset at his age at that time.
Oh, my God, yeah. Yeah. I saw shit on the news.
I know he knows. He's just got a different angle on it, and that's fine. And and I look at it as like, how were you and I? We were on the left.
Yeah. It's pretty obvious that you got to...
all of a sudden you realize...
Oh, it's fucking crazy train.
This fucking crazy-ass bullshit. I'm not standing with that.
Yeah. So you're saying that all this money changed the way the left thought over many years.
Well, absolutely.
Completely twisted everything. And they did it by diluting everything, convoluting everything.
Absolutely.
Just making everything upside down and topsy-turvy.
That's exactly the perfect...
They flipped it. They flipped everything.
Perfect terminology.
They flipped everything. You know, everybody's thinking one way.
Upside-down reality.
We're going to turn everything upside down. We're going to jumble. It's like fucking up the puzzle on a dining room table.
Right. When you get into the diametrics of it, then you start to bring into Satan.
See, now you got to go to Satan.
But no.
And aliens
you
and
have
Satan.
To look at the evil of it because...
See, E-Dog doesn't even believe in any of that. He doesn't believe in up and down.
When you die, you die. That's it.
I don't believe in the...
All right.
I don't believe in the entity. I don't believe in the physical entity of either of them. If you
All right.
go all the way back to the ancient Sumerians and how they talked about gods coming from other places, dude, this is a seeded planet. We're not we're not here. Our DNA does not physically belong in this fucking world. Period. We have back problems because of gravity. That back problems that we have,
I have horrible back
we
problems.
were on our right planet. We don't belong here. We were seeded here.
I want to go home. I'm scared.
And we have a bunch of fucked up assholes that think they're...
So are you actually going to link this to an alien show?
My ultimate problem with it, we have a bunch of fucking seeded assholes. Royal family who call themselves the British royal family who arenent even fucking British. They're the Saxe-Coburg-Gothas out of Austria, Germany. Check out their history. It'll blow your fucking minds.
This is why I don't like alcohol on the
It'll
show.
blow your fucking minds.
I don't like alcohol on the show for this one reason.
Ancestralized
Before you drink that whole thing,
all the way back to the Sumerians.
let me
Because
do
they think they're part of it.
E-Dog's
They're out of their minds.
Let me do E-Dog's
You got a
ending.
bunch of lunatics running the fucking planet.
The girl's coming to pick me up at 11:30. So
The girl.
yeah.
Okay, so yeah, just all I want you to do. Remember what I told you when we went off the air?
Define. Yeah, the crazy.
Yeah, I said, but you misread me. I say crazy. I say crazy from the angle of this show is fucking a heavy show to take.
Yeah.
I would not insult my friend.
Right.
I'm not saying I ever agree with everything Lance says. I'm certainly not going to say somebody who I have on my show is crazy. I'm saying, like you said, and I want you to articulate it better, is that, hey, Lance has his angle. When you left the room, Lance said, oh, at 23, I didn't have the insight this kid has. He has a different angle than me, but that's okay. So what were you saying? When I told you after the mics went off, I said, no, take Big Daddy on, and you went on with the Dave Chappelle reference.
Yeah.
And your whole beef was, I could see it in your eyes. Wait, please. I want you to, because it was good. It should be on the air.
Absolutely.
You were thinking I was just going, oh, after this whole show, I'm calling you crazy. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that this is such a fucking mind-melting conversation that it's crazy. It's fucking insanity. We even have to be alive having these conversations.
It's not what we're going to get on the mainstream media news.
Well, but the thing is, I could see people...
Now, I don't even want to call them mainstream media news because if you go to Alexa.com, they're so fucking... They're dead. They're done.
But what replaces it? Is it good or bad?
Alternative.
Is it worse? Is it better?
Alternative.
But is it better or worse?
Is this on the air right now?
Yeah, well, we're recording because I'm going to edit it.
There needs to be more.
All I want to know...
Right now, the right...
This is what happens when I let them drink.
I'm going to
I know you are.
I'm going to speak for us all here right now, is because what we need to happen, we have a predominant... Now, people are going to say Alex Jones is predominantly right. No, he's not. He attacked the Bushes up and down, left and right, upside one side, down the other.
Lance, let me ask you a
question. But
he
does come off against the left hard.
Lance, let me play.
We need both.
I want to ask you.
Middle.
I'm going to give you some hot, heated questions. How connected are you with Alex Jones? Like, at a 1 to 10, how much are you completely or...
8.
8 out of 10.
Here's why. Because I take his talking points, and a lot of times that he will back himself with people that were either in our military or in our CIA.
Wasn't it weird that Trump went on his show?
And I'm not just going. I just don't go by his word. I will go look at the documents.
I believe you. That's why I have you on the show.
He's got it.
Why? Well, but wasn't it a telling thing when Trump went on his show? It was a pretty big move for Trump to go on the Alex Jones show.
Because he knows who's covering truth.
So what you're telling me is the hope factor is that there's a lot of people in powerful positions that know that major shit's going down.
Right. But what needs to happen there needs to be 100 Alex Jones. And they need to be from the left, the middle, and the right.
But aren't you one of them?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm giving you the mic.
Absolutely.
But the problem is that when you don't let other people speak, or when you get foamy at the mouth.
That's what I'm saying.
Alex Jones does the same thing. He gets foamy at the mouth.
Right.
And that's
what
when
I'm
he
saying.
gets discredited.
I'm not 100%. Here's where I'm at. I'm not 100%. I liked Bernie's points on a lot of things. I'm not 100% a Bernie fan because I never saw socialism work.
Let me tell you something. Bernie to me seems like the kind of guy.
I always crack the lid for communism.
Why don't you?
But
why don't you want to let me talk?
I won't doom it in.
Why won't you let me talk?
We got a guest that fully believes in them, so I want to explore those avenues and understand. Because here's the deal:
you're not letting me talk.
They both sides.
This
understand
has to go
the enemy.
two ways.
Right.
I think Bernie's the kind of guy I'd like to have as a neighbor. He seems like a good guy.
I agree.
He seems like a good guy.
I'd like to sit down and have a beer with Bernie.
But the
really
bottom
would.
line is that somebody's got to pay for the beer.
Right.
Somebody's got to make the beer.
And it ain't gonna be you or me.
And it's
Somebody
somebody
else
at a
down the
plant
road.
that's working their
They're a
balls
neighbor.
off.
Right.
Anyway, E-Dog, what did you want to say so I can edit this in? When I said you kind of like, well, wait, you can't be dismissive. I wasn't being dismissive to either one of you.
I wasn't calling you dismissive. I'm just saying, like,
whenever somebody says somebody,
people...
okay, wait, let me preface this.
Okay.
If somebody's listening to the show and they're just going, oh, that Lance Romance and Big Daddy and even E-Dog, they're fucking crazy. You will then say, go.
That word is dismissive because, maybe we're not crazy. Maybe just the environment is a little sick. That's all I wanted to say.
Maybe we're just thinking deeper than most people care to because they're too busy with life and buying shit. And
I tell people this
Eric's
shit.
on the right side.
I tell people.
I agree. That's why I wanted it on the air.
I tell people the shit that goes through my head on a daily basis, and they look at me like they've never seen a fucking white person before. Like they're like, what the fuck? Like who is this kid? Like that's what they think. They're like, holy shit, it's really weird. Because they don't think outside of the box like me or like you or you.
But the thing is I think outside the box, but then I can also see where people that have different views could just go, hey, those three need to be in a padded cell somewhere.
Yeah, but they're also the same people that get their news from the fucking View. Like they're the same exact people who watch fucking the news every day.
That's the most dangerous thing you could ever do.
I don't do that.
What's that? Watch the View. I agree.
Anything.
That's some shit.
If you centralize your own opinion to one person's perspective that you don't even know, you're an idiot.
Yeah, well, that's it. And I do like the fact that you listen to, because you're not the only person that came at me.
I go to Russian.
Yeah, you're not the only person to tell me.
I got to Russian news. I'll go over to.
There's a lot of people that they think that their most solid news comes from across the pond.
It's heavily biased.
Yeah.
Even the alternative news, which now calls itself the non-fake news, a lot of it is real good news. It actually is real good.
So this is like modern day. This is like modern day leaflets being thrown out of an airplane using the internet, using different media,
without doubt,
propaganda,
without doubt.
And it's hard to sift through all of it. You're actually sitting in your house after work, after breaking your balls. You're sifting through this shit, and you're going, damn it.
The worst thing you could ever do is sit down and watch Rachel. What was her, Mr. Matt? What is this?
Rachel
thing?
Ray. She's
She's
cook.
like Saturday Night Live. It's Pat. What? I don't even know. Are you a fucking guy or girl? Make it up.
Oh yeah, Pat was great.
Like make a decision already. I'm picking.
I'm
being a dick because I can be. When I hear her, when I don't even go on because I don't even have cable anymore. But when I used to. I'd travel over there for talking points.
Where, Saturday Night Live?
The whole biggest thing about it is, as long as her mouth is moving and there's fucking words coming out, they're all lies. And you can prove it if you do your own goddamn research. And nobody does.
Okay, where did you just go just now?
I just get sick and tired of this shit.
E-Dog, help me out. What's he saying? I don't get what he's saying.
He's talking about the same things that we've been talking about. He's getting frustrated about it, and there's nothing really you could do. You can get mad about it, but it's not worth the stress. I'll tell you that.
It's not. It's really not. You just
Next
get turned off.
You're going to get so mad to the point you're going to throw yourself into a fucking heart attack.
But don't you understand?
Like turn the fuck off because like literally when you get to this level of knowledge and understand how this world works and you watch that shit, it makes me ill. It goes back 70 years. I don't even know. No, 70 years. It goes back to the 70s when the Enquirer and the Sun and all that shit started coming out about Bigfoot from Mars. And it's the same. It's the same.
Everything's a distraction.
You look at it and you go, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
House of Mirrors.
Shut up.
Go
away already.
We live in a giant thing of smoke and mirrors. That's what it is, and that's how I'm going to leave it.
They're killing themselves. They're absolutely killing themselves.
The elites are.
Right now.
The elites are killing themselves.
They absolutely are, because everything that they try to project on these propaganda news central fucking stations, they get caught, and they can't back it up with anything. So then they switch over to some other fucking news, and they can't even back that up. And then they get that blown to hell.
Yeah, all the new bullshit just piles up.
It
piles up.
All you got to do is go to Alexa, and I don't even trust Alexa, but if you go to Alexa.com, you can. Alex Jones kills them all. He has better ratings than CNN, MSNBC, and freaking Fox all put together right now, and partly because they're calling him out as being the fake news. Everybody's like, "I'm done with you, and we're gonna go to Alex." That's what's happening.
Isn't the end answer going to be that people listen to whatever they're listening to and whatever makes more sense for them having a happier, healthier life?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the way
That's what we want. That's what the world wants. And this bullshit about let's go fucking target Russia as the next bad guy as we're encircling them.
Yeah, there's always the next bad guy.
And with intent, we're circling them with intent. Why do you think where the hell we have all these bases around it?
We're going to end up picking a war with the wrong people
Did you ever think that the Third Reich didn't ever become the Fourth Reich because of the people that powered over it to begin with?
So you're saying they lost, but they still are around?
They're absolutely around. They've been around. They've been there all the time.
But
think about it.
But they hid themselves.
One after another, after another, after another. If you're a secular country or a nationalist country that could stand up to a world government agenda, you're on the picking list, including us. You're not going to stand in this world government that they want, and they're not going to get, because they're all being... They're so behind the ball right now. They're all gonna get fucking hung, and I just can't wait for it. I'm in hysteria right now because it's coming to that point where it's almost laughable.
I agree to disagree, because we're going to end up picking a war with North Korea, and what's going to happen
that's the flashpoint.
What's going to happen, it's going to be Vietnam all over again. We're going to get our asses kicked. It's just how it's going to happen. And
wait, how can you say the Americans
you got the rogue nations that lay out there because they knew all along that this could possibly happen because they were behind the ball. They could never move in fast increments. They always have to move in slow increments to gain control over everything.
Damn, this man is
it's a stupid but easy, understandable war tactic. They did it by increments.
More elderberry.
They did it by increments. So sooner or later,
you earned another shot.
Light bulb goes on.
For me.
Light bulb goes on. We might not succeed in this shit. We need a backup plan. Guess what your backup plan is?
We don't have one.
North fucking
we
Korea.
Don't have
you have your rogue nations that are fucking. Okay, everybody said the Rothschilds and Rockefellers need to be hung. We're going to string them high. Well, guess what?
That's going to be another nuclear holocaust.
You didn't
That's exactly
pace it all the way.
You're
right, but you didn't pace it all the way back to the fucking royal family.
You want more of this?
And meanwhile, North Korea goes, guess what? We're going nuclear.
They're laughing at us right now, dude.
Absolutely.
That's what they're doing. They're laughing at us. We're fucked. And I don't know. I'm hoping Trump could he might bring us into war, but
I think Hillary would have brought us into war a lot.
Hillary would have brought us into nuclear warfare, immediately. It would have been like we're dropping bombs like Hiroshima.
Right.
It would have been the exact same thing.
Scorched earth. Right. But now we have a different factor. We have a different factor of saying we want to get prosperity back to America, but that in itself is going to challenge China, because sooner or later, here's where I'm going to come in with this at. You have the tariffs and you have the taxes. So sooner or later, he's going to go, and I will say probably for the first year, he's going to level it so that it makes everything equal. So then we do have business flooding back here. Things will look good. The only problem with all this is people are going in the stock market right now. Everything's starting to boom because they're feeling this positive. I got a problem with all of this, and he knows it. I know damn well Trump knows it. This dollar is not in his control. This dollar is about dead. The damn dollar is a fiat fucking currency all the way back to fucking 1913, not based on anything besides debt right now. If we don't get ourselves into a war, our dollar is not going to be worth shit.
How are we in debt when we're the one producing money. Like I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just like I'm asking.
The dollars are based on the fraction.
It's fucking crazy.
Go back to 1913.
We're
The
like
fractional banking
billions
reserve.
and
There's
billions.
Nothing, we're not based on it. The dollar is not backed on anything.
Jesus Christ!
The dollar
fucking
right
insane.
now. The
It's
dollar
insane.
right now is impending upon the interest that we loan the banks that control the Federal Reserve. So, what's the best way to profit your dollar up higher and prevent stagflation? Well, let's get ourselves into more debt. How do you do that? Go to war.
Yeah. They're trying to balance themselves out.
That's it.
They're trying to balance themselves out.
That's
'cause
exactly it.
It costs money to go to war.
Absolutely.
It makes them money too.
I still say drinking and doing a podcast isn't any good. But
No.
it gets people
You need to
talking.
arrest everybody. Here's what needs to happen. We're gonna get real fucking simple. Our military needs to storm Washington and fucking lock them all up. Every fucking single one of them. I don't care if you're right, left, middle. Lock them all up. Seize it. Coup d'etat. Do it now. Sort it out later.
Okay, say that goes down. And that happens. What do the new people do for currency? How do they get? Is it just start over, a new slate? What happens?
No, you got to liquidate the debt. So you got to bring the bankers to fucking court, which can happen very easily for what they're responsible for.
So you're seizing their money that they've accrued with the interest that was fraudulently
right.
taken.
So exactly. So you put a seizure on their compounding interest they put upon us that's completely criminal, and you put that wedge against their earnings, which is probably our gold. I guarantee you, there's no gold in Fort Knox. They probably always took that off. So you seize that back. You look what Iceland did. Look what Switzerland did. They basically said, "Fuck you." If you fucking impede any one more step into our government, we're locking you all up. Iceland did it. They said they shut it right the fuck down. They said if you're in our fucking country within 24 hours, we're locking you up. We're liquidating our debt to you. The end. And they did it. And now look at their economy. It's a little teeny tiny country that has barely nothing to serve for themselves, and their economy is booming. They probably are going to have more migrants to their country and more populous incremental explosion as far as industry than any other country on the face of the planet because they held the fucking bankers to what they should have been from the first place.
They held the bad guys accountable.
They put their goddamn feet on the coils.
Did what a country like that? What's their how are they protected militarily wise?
Nothing.
But doesn't that put them
They're
in a
not part of
bad?
NATO.
Doesn't that put them into a bad situation with the bad guys?
No,
though?
they absolutely could be if there's a world war, which has been propagated, obviously. You know, when shit goes bad and people can get hung for bad things that they've done, why not put the worlds to war? That's what happened in World War I. Same thing happened in World War II. We're looking at a cyclical event.
We did have the trials after.
If you go back to the early 1900s and look at the free press. They talked about the Rockefellers non-stop. They were afraid. Us Americans were deathly afraid of the Rockefellers. More so than anything, we're even more so deathly afraid of the Rothschilds. Well, America, I guess you missed the history lesson because these two fucking families put their banking industries together. They both own hundreds of trillions of dollars. We're chump change to them, folks. We've been bought. We've been done for a long time. Those are the high rollers. That's the country club.
And you ain't in it.
And not one of us are in it. Trump is trying to say, hey, enough of this bullshit. We're going to try to get prosperity back here and cut them off. But he's either a dead man walking with a target on his head or there's going to be some more funky shit before the inauguration. I'll guarantee it.
I guess we can leave it at that.
I put a sign in my yard. And like I said, I don't fully back him. I loved Rand Paul. I love Ron Paul. Fully back them because they understand the whole game. But I put a Trump Pence sign in my yard because I said over my dead body it was going to be a Hillary. And I knew the way how Hillary kicked out freaking Bernie, there's no chance that he's going to get it. So I put a Trump Pence sign in my yard. guess what?
Let me throw a
it's
few
still there.
me
And
throw-
it's going to be still there until January, until he's actually in the fucking house, because I don't trust no goddamn progressive liberal to put a fucking bullet in his head. Michael Moore.
Let me ask you.
Fucking Jabba the Hutt.
This session is brought to you by Manischewitz wine.
Jimmy P. Rifkin.
Let's do a Jimmy P. Rifkin auto sales.
Michael
commercial.
Obama with your
drinking
winky.
wine.
I got like 15 minutes. Let's do it.
All right, you ready? We're going to do a commercial. You going to do a commercial with us?
I'm going to do a commercial.
A commercial?
A commercial?
It's a wine talking.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. If I was ever interrogating like a foreign enemy, I would just give a Manischewitz, what is this, elderberry wine? This stuff will get you talking. This will get you talking.
I gotta
I gotta tell you, even when we folks, session 1.
I gotta come out with some type of rubber. Like
This is
Michael
bad.
Obama's Winky and the stinky of Obama is gonna come out with more stinky. I don't know. I don't know.
Are you going as far as to say that the far left people are
They're idiots. They're fucking complete. Okay. One or two things.
but are they the
one-
Fourth Reich?
Either that or they're completely mental, unintellectual cultists.
Yeah, I've heard that today. Even just reading today, that's what they're calling cultists. Yeah.
Well, when you look at how many
They don't really have a deep conversation, do they?
No,
they have their
and they shut
talking
it
points,
off. They
and
shut
then,
it off.
yeah, they walk away from
Here's
it.
my problem. Here's my problem with them. If you have a Thomas Jefferson true liberal, you can have an intellectual conversation with him, and that I love it. I absolutely love those conversations, and I get them every once in a while. The greater majority of the conversations that I have, as soon as you hit them with anti-intellectual, factual information where they can go and look for themselves, you are a bigot, a racist, and misogynist, a fucking idiot, a son of a bitch for fucking challenging their mindset. And goddamn you should be burned to the earth. And you know what I say? You're an idiot.
And that's where, and then you get to these conversations where they just end like that.
Yeah, and that's it. You're completely.
Hey, I don't
have time for people like that.
I don't want to freak you guys out, but we lost our internet, and I'm pretty sure that might be something to do with the government. Damn
You're
it!
gonna get
Goddamn Hillary.
China. You're gonna hit from China, and you're gonna hit from Facebook because did you just see what happened?
No.
Zuckerberg had met with China 16 times over the past 2 years for internet control ideas, and now they're looking at a credit system. If you challenge the government, your credit system is depleted through a consortium of Facebook and whoever China decides is the ultimate ruler. So you know what I say? Here's where I'm going with this. I've been doing some
Where are you going with this?
I've been doing some social platform.
E-Dog, how's your credit doing?
Social. I've been doing some
How's
social
your credit doing?
social platform.
Probably shot.
No, I've been doing some social platform surfing where there is no censorship, and I'm telling you what, that shit's exploding out of the fucking roof. Facebook is going to go bye-bye in 2017.
Wow, there's a prediction on the big.
Yeah!
So then what do we have?
Zuckerberg is going to suck going to suck Obama's wink, or fucking Michelle's winky, and we're going to see some new shit pop up that's going to be pretty damn cool shit. Man.
This is
'Cause
some weird.
They're not going to be able to touch it unless they do, what is it called, an EPM?
The strike.
Yeah, and blow the whole damn thing out, which they could do.
Yeah, everybody says that. That's like the big threat. That's worse than nuclear war.
That's where they get, okay, so those are the intervals. So if you can't have a racist, Mad Max society that goes against itself and sponsor that, then you go, let's try to get a World War III agenda going. And if that doesn't spark, then we do an EPM. And if there's too many intelligence services that block that, then you fire up CERN. Because the Earth doesn't have no defense system against a black hole.
He smiles. Can I get a picture of you smiling like that
Yeah.
for the black hole picture?
Yeah. That's their last thing. Yeah, we can't, I forgot the virus. You can put, we're fucking vaccinating how many millions of people on this fucking planet, and to think that they couldn't put out a plague themselves. Come on. Get over yourselves, idiots. Like, it's It's beyond ridiculous. It
What?
really is.
Lance Romance, what happens if we're going to live on this earth if we're lucky?
Yeah, we gotta kill all them.
No.
Seriously. No, I'm done
stop.
with. I'm done with no, because there is no justice, because everybody all the fucking Supreme Courts that they fucking already planted their gooks in, support them. So there needs to be a witch hunt. Saxe-Coburg, Gothas, Rothschilds, Rockefeller, they need to be rounded up. They need to be put in the internment camps and given a re-education system. And if they don't comply, then we needed to go the next route and do away with them. Because if they continue to hold power, we're going to have World War III. There will be a scorched earth policy. We will fulfill their evolutionary prophecy of depleting the earth of 90% of the population, sustain human development for the next realm of whatever the hell they think the next realm is. And then if that does not happen and we call them out on every single fucking thing, then they fire up CERN, which all the scientists that have provenly mathematically said that could create a black hole. You could implode the earth. These people need fucking locked up right now.
Why would they implode the earth they're on?
If they can't gain control of it, why not fucking deal with it? If you go back to, what was it, Lenin? Lenon's the guy that had the fucking island with little white rabbits.
Yeah, and he was shot in the back of the head
Yeah, and Lenin
by a
went,
crazy fan.
Yep, and Lenin went out to the little white rabbit island when he got stressed out to snap off the heads of all these little white rabbits. And then he's the one that said, if I don't have total supremacy of this world, I'm going to find a way to blow up the sun. And in another quote after that, he said, if I cannot dominate this world and this globe to my understandings of how it should be governed, then I'll blow up the whole entire universe. That's how these people think.
I just want to plant my tomatoes next April.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Fucking rid the earth of this scum. They call us in their books the useless eaters of the earth.
I planted those tomatoes.
Okay, guess what?
I got to eat them.
The parasites of this earth. Go away. Or we will make you go away.
Who are we, Lance?
Us.
What isn't there a meeting?
The people in the
of the
know.
earth. The people in the know.
There's going to be a certain point of the military intelligence that's going to say, that's it. I am not going into Russia because you're going to start a World War III agenda. I'm going to nuke your fucking ass in your bunker where you sit, you goddamn idiot.
Oh, you think these elites have bunkers that are super...
They do. They already fled to New Zealand. They already fucking cocked off about it. We have seed vaults in the fucking Arctic and Norway to replenish the earth after the nuclear holocaust.
Yeah.
Guess what, fuckers? There won't be one if we exterminate all you!
You gotta figure our governments have seed vaults and stuff, too.
All people need to do is think about what... And I got to
this is like we're at a bar. And three guys are drinking Manischewitz.
But it's interesting. It's interesting. When you go down the rabbit hole so far, you hit a point of a nauseum, and you go, "This is fucking bullshit." These people are either satanic or they're completely out of their fucking gourd. It's one of the two.
Can I tell you, when I used to listen to Coast to Coast,
one of the two.
I used to listen to George Norrie.
He's an awesome guy.
Yeah, in the middle of the night, driving on the highway. E-Doug doesn't know I had a different life. I used to drive all over the place. And he used to say during the show, he'd go, I lost my internet, or I lost my caller in.
They hacked him.
Well, I'm telling you, I can't get on the internet right now. It's pissing me off.
Because I'm here talking about this shit.
They're following you.
I'm not even kidding. Did you see what happened to Alex Jones the other day?
I got hearings.
He had the biggest web hit invasion in the history of the planet. They tried to shut everything down.
Let me ask you something. How do they know you're here? Is it the Christmas tree I put up? Is it the new Christmas lights?
Everything.
Is the Christmas boat wired? Is this wired, E-Doug?
Think about it.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah, it's wired.
Think about it.
Right there.
Hardwired to the.
Think about it.
Big time.
They can hear us through the outlets.
If you're not gonna have.
I'm beaming my show out though. Why are they allowing me to put it on?
I'm sitting here thinking about if you're gonna go into Iraq and eradicate 2 million people for no fucking reason, then we're not going to allow a nationalist state and a secular state stand up against the rest of the Middle East because we want to unionize it and collectivize everything that's there. Okay. So you make a false prediction and you create a populist reaction that's what we have to do because somebody told them.
Holy shit,
That
the
is what we
Philadelphia
have
Eagles
to
are
do.
winning.
And we do it. And meanwhile, we put out, thousands of depleted uranium shells to kill the rest of the population to ever reproduce ever again.
Yeah, they were shooting people with them. And the people that were shooting the guns with those bullets,
think-
are
you
they
think-
in jeopardy too?
You just think of that sick
Level of
mentality.
the people that were shooting the weapons, they're affected
if,
as well?
If you're okay with that,
Answer the question. Are
If
the,
you-
the people that were shooting the shells, are they affected by touching all the shells and loading the guns?
absolutely, the whole damn area is. The whole damn area is radiated. That's why why do you think returning veterans get completely dissed the way they do by our government? Because they know what the fucking danger they put them in. That's why our government stood down and said, when fucking goddamn Barry wanted to put boots on the ground in Syria fucking how many years ago, and our fucking top brass said, fuck you, that will start World War III, you goddamn moron. And what happened? He vetted them, replaced them with NATO troops. You tell me which way this world's going. You fucking tell me. Go into fucking who founded the UN and NATO. And you fucking tell me that they weren't there, the same goddamn names in our fucking Federal Reserve System that got botched over all of us back in 1913, all the way forward to today. Who has power over this United States of America that we think we do? Ain't happening until we take it back. And guess what? We're starting to take it back, and that's why they're fucking freaking out.
This is the Big Daddy Road Show. Lance has left the building. He's taking the headsets off. He's walking off. Tell me what you think about this show, folks. This show will be up late, by the way. It's going to take me hours to edit this and make it clean. They're screaming. I'm going to have to edit it. He shut the door. He's gone. Lance Romance has left the building. Jesus Christ. He left the building. This has been a hell of a show. It's not very Christmassy, but, it's our take on reality, or some people's. I don't know. What's right? What's wrong? E-Dog had some interesting points. 23-year-olds' perspectives. Always interesting to hear, at least to me. I love everybody's different perspectives on things. It's pretty cool. Anyway, my internet was turned off. I can't get on the internet. So I guess hopefully we'll be back on Facebook. Hopefully we'll be able to upload our show. Hopefully we'll survive an EMT if it happens. Hopefully we'll survive North Korea. God, this show went everywhere. Hope we're back. Well, Jesus, it's a crazy show. Not the people on the show are crazy. It's a crazy show. It's hard to take. A lot to absorb. This is Big Daddy. See you next time.
Was he that upset?